Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We are Rumble Pop Live. I'm Donald. I'm here with a bunch of other people. I'm going to do some stuff in the background, and Kevin's going to do the introductions. Quickly. Kevin's going to do some quick introductions. No one cares where we're from. Nobody cares. No one gives two shits where we're from, Kevin. No one gives a good goddamn where we're from. So Kevin's going to do some quick... That's not true. Yes, it is.
That's a lie.
It's so true. Kevin's going to do
That's a lie.
Kevin's going to do some really quick introductions. And then
You're a lying, sir.
And then we're going to get started here. It'll be great, guys.
Enjoy. People care. People care.
We're going to do these quick introductions here that Kevin's going to do, and then we're going to get started. It'll be great, guys. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes. Here we go, everyone. Welcome to the most righteous, most gamified show on YouTube, Rumble Pop. And now I'm going to quickly introduce you my co-host and co-conspirators for this lovely evening. First, the man in that blue headset, a man with a sometimes potty mouth, a man from the great state of Ohio, a man that ladies love so much that he's received multiple undergarments over the past year and a half.
What?
He is a man who is Bruce Campbell's number 2 fan, a man who is waiting one day that the Cleveland Guardians will finally step into that place of World Series champion.
Yeah.
He is the original Donald.
I was waiting. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next, we go to a man who's originally from that beautiful state of Michigan, but now resides in that lone star state of Texas. He was the third leading man, the third most desirable man in the great city of Houston last year in the year 2023. He is also one of the most learned men in America today. He is a man who understands the power of travel. He will lead you down the path to whatever exotic trip you want to take.
To exotic righteousness.
Exotic righteousness, that's right. But he also will teach and inculcate young minds with the knowledge of theater and film. He will make sure they are an excellent thespian wherever they go. He is Professor Chris D. Turner.
Yeah, maybe like third in like farms in Houston, but probably not the city of Houston. Like farmyards, barns, that sort of thing. Third most, yes, but not Houston itself.
So what you're saying, sir, you go to barns to pursue potential dating.
No, I'm saying that pigs find me sexy.
Well, what you're saying, sir, is that that's disturbing if that's really true. I don't want to do that.
He's a barnyard snack.
I don't find pigs disturbing, or I don't find pigs sexy, but they find me sexy. I can't help it that I look like a pig and a raccoon combined.
I don't know if you've ever seen a really nice looking like roasted lechon. That's sexy.
Don't insult yourself, sir. You're a fine-looking man. When you look in the mirror every day, you say, I am a man who is fine. I am a delicious, sexy, masculine snack. That's what you got to say, Professor Turner, because you are. You must believe it.
No, I wake up and I'm like, fuck you, Donald.
Well, that's another situation. That's another situation. Setting vicious epitaphs at Donald when you're looking yourself in a mirror, that's a different story. That's like saying, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is not the fairest of
Hello? Is this on?
Yes, it is on.
I just want to say that Chris is looking, he's got a glow. He's got a glow up today. I don't know if you guys noticed. I think that vacation did him some good. He's got a nice glow
he got
to
color.
his aura.
He got extra color.
He got a little color in his cheeks, yeah.
Little color in his cheeks, yes. You see, that's what it's all about. But let's not forget our final co-host. She is a fine lady from that beautiful Grand Canyon state of Arizona. She is a woman of the highest of moral characters. She is a true warrior of Cobra Kai. And if you cross this young lady, God help you, for she will snap your leg. But she's also a great, excellent Polynesian dancer. Give it up again for the bewitching, the brilliant Miss Bonnie Huddle.
I do long for the days that Kevin laughs so hard he passes out. That's the best. Those are the best times. Let me tell you.
Those are.
And they have
And of
been known
course,
to happen.
I am your humble podcaster, your humble servant, the Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan arts, your dear brother, Supreme Brother, Brother Kevin.
Oh, jeez, you threw me off on that one.
Yes, brothers and sisters, we're going to have a good time tonight. We're doing something unusual, something that these gentlemen and ladies had conspired to come up with the last few days. We're going to challenge you, or
Hard at
actually
work.
challenge us.
Hard at work.
Challenge us with the wheel of knowledge, the brutal wheel of knowledge. 10
I'm ready.
gruesome, 10 vicious, 10 stupendous topics that will take us to another level. You see, Bonnie, she's drinking some white wine Chardonnay of some sort.
Neat.
Donald is now he's smoking Sherlock Holmes type pipes now. Oh my goodness. Oh, Starlight. Very nice. And Professor Turner, of course, is drinking some delicious green tea, I believe, which I know at some point I think he might be willing to bless us and spill some serious
God.
tea.
Guys,
As-
my name changed on the screen.
What's your name
It
now?
says Sherlock.
Really?
Yeah,
God.
that's weird. That's weird. I guess if you say something, Kevin, if you coin somebody something, it automatically updates it now with this program. What would you call Chris?
Well, Chris, of course, is the stunning Professor of Sexiness and Thespianism.
I don't know if it's gonna. What? It does. It says Professor Sexy. Okay.
And Thespianism?
And what? No, it doesn't say that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
I'll take that.
What does Bonnie's say? What would hers be?
Bonnie would be the bewitching, brilliant Polynesian Cobra Kai warrior.
That's really long.
Okay,
Maybe
how
something
about-
else.
How about just simply the woman warrior?
What? Okay. All right. All right, woman warrior it is. Okay, Kevin, what would you call yourself? You know what? Actually, let me do this one.
It's the Grandmaster Jedi Kevin. Come on now. Yeah, that's really easy.
We'll just abbreviate that to Grandmaster. There we go. That works.
All right, that works too.
Certainly does.
Now, I know that I'm excited to hear some of this delicious spilling liquefied tea from the Aleutian time zone that you two experienced over a week ago. Will you spell it for me, brother? Professor.
Sure, why not? We'll talk about a little city in Alaska called Juneau.
Ah, the
We're
capital.
spilling some tea. We're spilling some tea.
We're gonna spill
Yeah, we're gonna spill some tea.
some tea. He asked me to spill some tea, so I'm gonna spill
All
some
right.
tea.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a little city in Alaska called Juneau. It is the capital of Alaska, and the thing about Juneau is that it cannot get there by road. You have to get there by plane or boat. That's the only way to get there. But it's kind of interesting since it's the capital of the state. There is a movie that was shot in Juneau. People may not know it, but this movie was called. It was a horror film in the 70s. I think it was the 70s or 80s. Don't kill me for not knowing what year it was.
Okay.
It is about a blob, I guess. I think it's a blob. I don't know.
What's it called? The
It is a
Blob?
movie.
Is it
No,
called
it
The
is
Blob?
not. It is not called the
I
blob.
swear to Christ, Chris.
No, it's called The Thing.
The Thing.
The Thing?
A Thing.
The
The
Thing?
Thing from 1982. The
The
John
Thing's not-
Carpenter.
Yes, there we go.
1982.
not about a
1982,
blob.
yes.
What are you
I
talking
don't know. Well, I didn't want to say a thing because that would give it away.
Bronny, are we the only two people that are making sense tonight? I swear to God, I've seen
Apparently.
movies. And I'm afraid that nobody else has now. I'm scared.
Anyway, so the movie.
Where's the Sean's at? We need the Sean's.
There is a like a glacier park near Juneau. Basically, you can just go right outside the town, and in that glacier, they shot the majority of the snow scenes where they find the thing and that sort of thing.
That's really cool.
That sort of thing.
They found the thing.
And Juneau is a nice little town. It's they have a cool tram.
They have a Skytram.
Skytram is way higher when you're high.
I got Chris baked. Oh, it was the best. He was so happy.
And they also have one of the best crab shacks in all of Alaska called Tracy's Crab Shack.
Oh yeah.
So if you ever wanna go visit Juneau, and see where they shot the thing, you can find some way to get there via airplane. Yeah, see that's the tram. Yeah.
Nice.
Skytram.
Yeah, and or you can take a cruise, and every single cruise line. What do you got?
Delicious
Celebrity
crab cakes.
Ooh.
Oh, they're very good. I got
And these were good.
I got locally caught in season snow crab. It was delicious. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it
With
was
the
very good.
butter. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
god.
with the butter.
Yeah, that
Even
was
Donald
jealous.
he doesn't even like
I don't even like
seafood.
seafood. I had the crab bisque too.
Ooh,
Also good.
that looks delightful.
What about Alaskan salmon?
We did not try the Alaskan salmon, A, because it wasn't in season,
Oh,
and B, I don't really like fish unless it's fried.
We had lunch with a guy
Oh.
named Miles, like Miles Morales, and I was like, it was meant to be.
is that the guy
We're
with the
friends
ginger
now.
beard?
He lives in Culver City, actually, and we met him in Alaska.
Really?
Yeah. So Miles from Culver City, if you're watching,
He's got
hello,
a
sir.
Big old.
Ginger beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
But anyway,
does.
so if you guys want to check out Juneau, every cruise line that goes to Alaska goes there. Celebrity, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean,
That's beautiful.
Did you know?
Carnival, Holland America, Princess, Disney. They all go to Juneau. It's probably my least favorite port out of all those, but there are some really cool things about it.
It being so close to the town was pretty great, I think. Wasn't that it? Or no, it wasn't. It took
We had to do that walk.
the walk. Yeah, so it wasn't bad actually. It wasn't bad.
No, just the thing we didn't like about it was that it closed early. So if you go
Yeah.
pick a cruise, pick one that goes early in the day, that lands in the morning rather than at night, because at night you may have a chance of everything being closed.
Juneau's an early town. Everything closes at like 5 or 6, except for like restaurants and bars and stuff. All the attractions and things close super early, so it's kind of a bummer for sure.
How long were you allowed to step off the ship to explore Juneau?
It varied.
Oh, and Juneau, we landed at like 2:00, and we had to be back on by 9, I think it was, 9:30.
Yeah, but
Wait,
by the
7
time
hours?
we got into town,
It was like 4.
yeah, it's because it was a bit of a walk or a shuttle bus to get back.
We also didn't get out of the ship right away. Like we waited a little bit.
No, yeah, and there's thousands of people. There's like 6,000 people on the boat trying to get off at the same time, and it's kind of
4,222. That was how many we had on our boat.
It felt like 6,000 people. It was a lot. So really quickly, Nicole, hello. I see you. Thank you for joining. Sammy says, look who's back from Alaska. Yes, Sammy, we all are back from Alaska. We all went. Mom and Dad are on. Everybody say hi to my mom and dad.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Dad.
Mom and Dad.
And
Walter
happy Mother's Day to you,
Cronkite.
Miss McKinney.
Walter says, what are your thoughts on EBZ, the Cameroonian rapper who makes 1K a stream on Kick?
Fascinating.
You know, not knowing him, I would just say he's making 1K a stream on Kick. Good for him. Whether he's good or bad at what he does, I don't know if he's saying anything horrible, which if it's the Walter that I'm thinking of, he probably is saying something horrible. And in which case I will cautiously say that if the gentleman is such a gentleman, and he's making money doing it in a nice way, then that's cool. But if not, then I don't know if that's so cool. So there we go. I don't know it to comment on it, unfortunately, really. Mr. Sean is here. He says, in the words of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, from many Saturday mornings ago, on with the show. This is it. Don't forget the like button, folks. Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And what is pointing at Kevin in the background, says Mr. Sean. Well, he is, the price is right, I think, right now for Kevin.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Mr. Sean says, what Donald
$1.
is
The
smoking
price is
will not help
$1
his
for Sir
knowledge.
Kevin.
Wink.
Oh.
Mr. Sean, if we land on a certain section in the wheel, I challenge you anytime, anywhere, sir. On that certain section on the wheel. So we'll see. Sammy says, Donald, you never make sense. Mr. Sean says, I thought Carpenter's The Thing was shot in Canada. Not that it matters. It totally kicks ass.
Well, he's not wrong. Most of it was just the one shot where they find the monster. That scene was shot there.
Hello, Mr. Crimson Fox. It's good to see you, sir. Thanks for popping in. He says, hey, Donnie. Hey, everyone. And I believe that's Chris, I want to say, if I'm correct. I sometimes am bad at the IG names, but I'm pretty sure it's Chris. So good to see you, sir. And then my mom says, thank you, Kevin. So we're all caught up. We're all caught up in the chats. Really quickly, since we spilled a little tea, it got me feeling a little frisky, and I think maybe I should pull out. Okay. All right. So I've got some books. This is the segment where I just talk about some books really quickly and what I liked and what I did not like. So last week, I think it was last week or the week before, I can't remember. My mind's kind of a blur because of the vacation, but Boom Studios put out a book called Blow Away. I thought it was going to be a little, and I was like all excited. And then it's just about the wilderness. Yawn. But no, seriously, it kind of looks like she's in Alaska, so it is rather apropos, so to speak, for where I just was and what I was doing. But it's about a photographer, and she is suddenly being hunted by a sniper in the middle of nowhere. What's cool about that? Everything. How they tell the story? Nothing's cool about it. So, unfortunately, it takes forever to get you anywhere in this. And as much as I like a slow pace to take me in when it comes to comics, I need sometimes a little bit more. So I'm going to give it about a 5 right now with potential. So we'll go 5.5. So middle of the road, not great, not awful. Just kind of got to get the next one to see where it goes. I'm not going to recommend this one to anyone until I read more and know that it's good. Right now, it just doesn't give me enough. So, like I said, about a 5.5. Next, this one was actually quite surprising. Mad Cave presents in their 10th anniversary Dick Tracy. A nice crime drama, seething with mystery, suspense, and violence when it comes to the mob. We've got Flat Top, we've got Dick Tracy, we've got Mumbles, we've got Lips Mantis, we've got all of the old crew back together, so to speak. This is early Dick Tracy, sort of. The crime world is just starting to encroach upon the city, and he's just starting to try to put pieces together. And also in meeting, what was her name? The lady. It's not Margot. It's what. I can't remember his love interest, in other words, in this. So if somebody remembers, please say so in the chat. But it's actually a really good story so far. I recommend it. I give it about a 6.5. I think it's worth your time, and it's worth the investment. So if you get a chance, read Dick Tracy from Mad Cave. And last but not least, it was a quick week. I was tired from my vacay, so I didn't feel like doing anything. But I did read a little bit. This was loaned to me by Inez, and she gave me the whole mini-series of this. It's called Bunny Mask. And it's about this character, basically, this Bunny Mask character that this guy gets, he's a character, he goes for a wellness check on a child with a lady and finds out that the child's dad is batshit crazy and had filed her teeth down to sharp points and was teaching her about a god that lived in the caves. And so, in other words, he was kind of insane. He ended up killing one of the ladies that was checking in on the child, and held the other gentleman captive and made him dig in the cave until he found another section of the cave, and in which case then this bunny mask character appeared, which we think is the daughter of the crazy guy, but we're not sure. The guy that's been kidnapped escapes. Flash forward to about 14 years, and he goes to an art exhibit where it's all about the bunny mask character. And he runs into the lady that he thinks is the little girl, and we're not so sure. So that's where we land on this one.
I read that one. I remember that one. I came like a couple years ago. I read that.
Yes, it did.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
pretty
enjoying
good.
it so far. I'm very much enjoying it. It is by Aftershock, which is the same company that did, what was that? The Manhattan one. You know what I'm talking about, Kevin?
Yes. It's kind of like a serial killer type thing.
Yeah, Maniac. It's a Maniac of New
yeah.
York. Maniac of New York.
Yes.
And that one's very good also. So if you get a chance, check that one out. But Bunny Mask so far so good on that one. I give it about a 7. I'm enjoying it. So, and I'm interested to see where it's going to lead, and I recommend it. So check it out if you can. Really quickly, we got a few more comments, and we're gonna finish the pull out here real quick. Sammy says, "Oh, how I missed this." Not. Fox says, "Yep, it's Chris." Okay, cool, Chris. Glad I was able to connect the dots. Hanzo, so that's Philippe, says, "Hey, everyone." Hey, Philippe. Good to see you, sir. And Sammy says, "Oh, how I missed this." Not. Enrique says, "Hey, everyone. Sorry I'm late." It's okay, Enrique. Mr. Sean says, "Is the Dick Tracy book a reprint from the 30s? I understand this original strip was extremely violent and Flat Top was so brutal that Chester Gould killed him off." No. It's actually not a reprint. It's an original story. So it's a rare thing where you get an original Dick Tracy story. And it is hyper-violent. It is pretty violent, and Flat Top is pretty violent in it. So maybe they're going to go that route. Maybe it's a reimagining of that story. But so far it feels pretty original and fresh to me. And as he says, Bunny Mask is a good read. Glad you're enjoying it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for loaning it to me. As soon as I finish it, I will get it back to you. And that's it. We're all caught up. So the whole gist of this is, so basically I'm going to show you the screen here, okay? So it's going to take me a second, and you're going to see all this stuff. This is the first time that you guys are going to kind of see behind the curtain as to what I do as a producer on the show, and how this works. So you're going to get, I'm going to just share the screen here, and you're going to get to see that. So I'm going to pull that up. And you guys in the chats, let me know to make sure that you can see it, okay? So I just want to test and make sure that you can actually see this. So I'm going to pull this up. So on the screen, it's actually a blank screen. So what I'm going to do, so you can't see my programming and things like that, but you're going to be able to see when I pull up the web page here on this. It should pop right up. So let me know if you guys see this wheel of names is what it is. And I have listed in here a whole list of names on here. And by that, I have sections. We have pop culture, films, comics, music, sports, history, Ask the Shawns. Yes, Sean. Since the other Sean's not here yet, it looks like you're in the hot seat. Travel, Chef's Choice, and Insanity. So that is all of our comment or our segments of this that you're going to be able to ask from. So basically, how it's going to work is we're going to spin the wheel. It's going to pop up a section. And at that point, so basically, if you want to ask a question, so Nezzy, for example, let's say you want to ask a question, Inez, and you go, okay, I want to ask you something. We'll spin the wheel, and whatever section that falls into is the question that you'll ask us a question based upon that. So if it's pop culture, you ask us a pop culture question. If it's Chef's Choice, you're either going to ask us a cooking question or you're going to ask an original question of your choice, aka Chef's Choice. So it's a little bit of a double there. Insanity, we're off the rails. Ask anything. This is where Walter just goes like this. And then goes and asks anything he wants, and we have to answer it. Whether it's a truth or a lie, we are going to answer every single question you ask. So there's that. Am I correct on this, Kevin?
You are correct, sir. And also a shout out to our OnlyFans fan, Mr. Jarrett. Oh, wow. Did I say that?
Yeah,
Jarrett Galante. Real Shortbox fan, Jarrett Galante.
You did say OnlyFans.
Hey, what can I say? People like my feet.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They do really like his feet. Naz says, make sure to close all your risky tabs. Yeah, I don't have anything open. I made sure. I'm good. Loki's the Lost One says, hi. Yeah, hey, Loki. Mr.
Hello.
Sean says, I am so flattered. And Jarrett says, is this the real Shortbox OnlyFans? No, it's not. It's not Jarrett. No, sorry. Sorry,
So
buddy.
I can get my feet up into the camera.
Yeah, get your feet ready. So I guess we can get started on this, right, guys? You guys ready to rock and roll on this?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we got about 50 minutes here that we can, have questions or whatever you guys want to ask. If it goes longer, sure. If it goes shorter, that's fine too. Kate says, thanks for inviting me, Kevin. So there you go.
Hey, no problem, brother.
So guys, anybody in the chat right now that wants to ask us a question, please go right ahead and just say, I'll ask. Or you can do a little hand raise thing, emoji, or whatever you want to do. And we'll spin the wheel, and then you ask a question based on that category. We're going to give it a second. And I'm actually going to pull something up in that time. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Weird.
I think Jared said me.
Okay. All right. Jared said you or him. Okay. So here's the thing. You can specify also if you want a particular person to ask the question or if you want anybody to answer the question, that's fine as well. So if you want to specify, Jared, please do so. If it's open for everybody, then you don't have to specify. You can just say everyone. So me, everyone, or something like that. So we know you want to ask the question. Do you want to ask a specific person or do you just want to ask a question? And we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to check out. Okay, so we got Frank on deck. We got Jarrett first, and Frank is on deck next after that. So I do have photos of the people, even though we're on the screen. I will put up a photo of the person that you're asking a question to, if you do want a specific question for a specific person. And we can do that. So Jarrett, when you're ready, let me know, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, I will play a little ditty that I call whatever I can pull up on the screen. And it looks like it's
A little
going...
ditty called Little Ditty.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Not medium ditty. Not medium ditty.
No ditties at all. We can't do ditty. To the panel, says Jarrett. Okay, so I don't have to pull up anything. All right, so to the panel. Okay, let me play some music here. It's kind of our intro. It's cute, right? Good job, Chris. Okay, so we're going to spin the wheel. So here's how it goes. I'm going to go to the scene. Goes to the screen. Here comes the wheel. Ready, guys? And spin. Okay. Looks like it's going to land on pop culture.
Oh, nice.
Yes, very exciting. It's very exciting. I'm so excited about this. Pop culture it is. So, Jarrett, you are the first one. You get to ask a pop culture question to the panel. So, go for it, sir. We're excited to answer your pop culture question. I'm super excited. I can't wait for this one. And then Frank's on deck, but if anybody wants to go after Frank, please feel free to raise your hand or say, I'm next, or I'll go, so we'll know. I also may or may not have had a gummy. I'm just throwing that out there. So far, so good. But I got the fuzz. The pricklies.
That's an interesting question.
What
Jared?
fictional character? Let me pull this up on the screen so everybody can see it. Okay. What fictional character would you kill if you could be film? If you could be a film or TV comic books. So basically, I think what he's asking is, what fictional character would you kill if you could do a film or television or comic book? Right, Jarrett? That's what you mean?
Yeah, we might need some clarification with that one.
Yeah, Jarrett, maybe clarify just a little bit so we know the exacts on it. I'm trying to make sense, but you might be driving or something, so I totally understand. What fictional character would you kill if you could be just...
Film, TV, or comic?
Let's just say in film, TV, or comics. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So what character would you kill if you could in film, TV, or comic books? Well, I could tell you who it wouldn't be for sure. Right off the top of my head, it would not be Superman. That's been done. So no Superman killing. Who would I kill, though? Well, that's a good one. Let's think on this, guys, and you can pour out your answers while we think.
The first character that comes to my mind is Dolores Umbridge.
Dolores Umbridge.
Mm-hmm. Harry Potter reference.
Wait,
Yeah.
Was she the stepmom, so to speak, or whatever?
No, she's the horrendous school teacher who then becomes the headmistress and
Oh, got it.
the lady who's all in pink and
Yep.
chipper and
Yeah,
with
terrible.
the cats and the teeth. Oh my god, she's horrible.
Yeah, pretty
Horrible.
Terrible. Pretty terrible.
Yeah, I would kill her in a second.
Yeah. Chris, Kevin?
Probably Mary from The Lord of the Rings. I found him a little annoying.
Aw.
Mary?
Yeah,
How
I'm
Jesus
sorry.
Christ!
I know,
Going
I'm
for
sorry.
the juggler.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Fuck.
They killed Little Hobbit. I know, that's so cruel. That's so cruel.
What the hell did the hobbits ever do to you?
Yeah. No shit. Fuck those hobbits. Goddamn happy all the time. They're eating everything. They're gonna come to my place and they're just gonna eat everything. I hate them. They smoke.
Well, fine. The Smurfs.
And they
the
smoke.
Smurfs. The Smurfs. I kind of shit on Gargamel trying to get them.
Damn. Okay, that's fair. I kind of would like to see the Smurfs die too, and Gargamel have his victory. That's true. That's true. In that vein, I would love to see Lion-O be killed by Mumra.
What?
Yes.
The Lord of the Thundercats? The Lord of the
110%.
Thundercats?
That whiny bitch.
How dare you?
Kill him.
Now, Snarf,
Kill
I
him.
can understand. If it was Snarf, I'd be right behind you.
Kill him.
Yes, Snarf. But not Lion-O.
No, kill Lion-O. Kill him.
No,
Kill him.
Snarf.
He's dead.
I have a character from Game of Thrones that should have died that didn't die. And that would be Bran. Kill Bran. Should have
That's
died when he
true.
fell down that window.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
yeah, he should. Yeah, Bran
Yeah,
should have died.
Yeah.
Bran
Yeah.
should have died. I agree. I thought Bran was gonna die trying to take on the Night King. That would have made sense.
Yeah. Okay, so
Anything would have made sense except what happened. so.
Nezzy says, yes, Frank, save the dogs, because Frank said he would have killed Cruella DeVille. Mr. Sean says, I am so with Bonnie on that choice. And Jarrett says, die, Hobbit. So there we go. So Frank, get ready. Here comes your question that you'll have to formulate your question based on the category. So here we go to the category. So bear with me here. And here comes the wheel, and bing, bang, boom. Oh, okay. This is well within Frank's wheelhouse. Comics. Comics is the topic. Okay, Frank, you got to hit us with a comic book question, sir. A comic book question. And I'll get my thinking pipe here. Like Merry and Pippin, I like a good smoke after my meal. I just want to
Yeah,
look
but Sean is here.
horrible when I'm You know what I mean? Like the worst. You ever seen anybody smoke a pipe and they just look terrible doing it? Not really. They all look cool as shit. It's annoying. Sean says in the Flash film, both iterations of Barry should have died, and Michael Keaton, Batman, and Supergirl should have lived. I like that film. I did. Scorch's question. Here we go. Ready? Which comic book character would you most like to have a one-night stand with?
What?
That's a good question. I already have my answer.
Who's he? Is he asking all of us?
My answer.
My goodness, that's
Plastic Man. 100%.
You want to have relations. You want to engage in the activities of the flesh with Plastic Man.
Think about it. Plastic Man can change his body and his voice. He could look like a woman. He could basically become a woman, and he can contort his body to anything you desire. Plastic Man, hands down.
You are truly a twisted man, sir.
I just know what's good.
All right, I'm gonna go. This is easy for me too. A Miss April O'Neil.
Oh, would that have anything to do with a Christmas present you got one year from me? That's possibly maybe framed and up on your wall someplace.
It is framed on the wall.
You saw he looked to the right. Yeah.
But that's not why. I've had a crush on her for years. Since I was like 12 years old.
I found an artist online that would do buxom April O'Neil, and then I got him a picture and sent it to him. Oh shit, that was a great photo. Cage says Plastic Man is actually insane. See? So that means sex is gonna be even better. Frank says Plastic Man? What the fuck? Philippe says Power Girl.
Of course he say that.
Yeah, Sean McGean, you are a destination on the wheel, so there'll be possibly a question for you guys coming. Sean McGean says, I'm sure Reed and Sue have a lot of fun. And Frank says, Turtle Power, Chris. Ned says, D had that answer ready really fast. I did! I thought about this for years. Are you kidding me? I'm like, God, I mean, what?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You have taking too much time in your hands if you're thinking about things like
Jared
this.
says Elastigirl. That's also a very good answer. Also a very good answer. Cage says, that is not what I meant. Sure. I got you. Don't worry. All right. Anybody else? Kevin, did you come up with your answer yet?
Not Chad. Why don't you go next, Miss Bonnie?
I don't know.
You guys are really knocking it out of the park here.
Yeah, no, sorry.
There's plenty of good-looking dudes, Bonnie.
I know. I'm just trying to not go with like an obvious.
Why don't you
choice,
just have some
but...
dick, Grayson,
What?
Nightwing.
Oh, you know what?
Everybody likes Nightwing.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Pretty solid choice, right?
I actually, yeah, I had a
go with Plastic Man.
I had a huge crush on Robin when I was a kid.
Let me just throw this out here.
Watching the old Batman 66 series, yeah.
Bonnie,
big crush on Robin.
We drive.
So
Burt Ward.
Yeah.
Bonnie, we drive to Plastic Man's place. You go to one room, I go to the other. He just splits himself, and then he turns into what you want, and then into what I want, and none's the wiser. Right? This is genius. It's genius. That's what you call a twofer.
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd twofer choice. I can't say that I would be agreeable to that exact scenario.
All right. Okay.
That's I'm not gonna.
I will go on a date with the mistress of the elements, Storm, Aurora Monroe. I'll go on a date with her. How's that?
A date?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna make that cloud rain.
That thunderclap.
Oh shit! Well done, Chris.
There you
Well
go.
done.
Well, if I pissed her off, of course she would make thunder, come from the clouds. Of course.
Yeah, come the clouds. Yeah.
God. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Frank
you-
says, my answer is the Black Cat, Felicia Hardy. Hector says Garfield Logan for the best answer. Who's Garfield Logan?
You know who that is? Beast Boy.
That's his name?
Yes.
Oh,
Think about it. He could turn
I
into
forgot his
different
first
things.
name was Garfield.
I mean, he's green, but he turns into different creatures and things of that nature.
So you'd want to have sex with an animal then?
So basically, Hector is a dirtier me. All right, Hector. I like where your mind's at, dude. That's good. That's good.
Whoever would have thought that was
Good.
possible?
When I see you at the shop, man, I'm just going to give you a wink and a nod, and we'll go about our day. Cage says, is Donald a hornball?
Yes.
Jared says,
Have you met
Grogu.
him?
Oh, my God, Jared, stop.
Oh, come on. That's disturbing.
He's a baby.
Sean McGee says, Phantom Lady
Disturbing.
as drawn by Dave Stevens. That's a pretty good choice, but I would see you a Valkyrie, Dave Stevens, if we're picking Dave Stevens. I would definitely go Valkyrie, because she's got that, like, I'm a Nazi edge to her. You know what I mean? So you don't know if she's going to want to have sex with you or eradicate an entire race. So it's kind of, there's a little hotness to it, little heat, little edge. No.
Doc- Dr. Sabrina, I said I would go on a date with the lovely Storm, Aurora Monroe.
A date. A date.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Hey, he's a gentleman, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
He wants to see up in that cumulus cloud. Mr. Sean says, Sean M., there are some Golden Age covers of Phantom Lady that inspired Dave Stevens. That's true. Sammy says, Winter Soldier or Loki. Okay. And Sean says, good retort, Donald. Thank you, sir. Sabrina says, Storm, mistress of the elements. Look out, Forge. And Scorch says,
Right,
thank
look out,
goodness
Forge.
nobody said the Red Skull. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, great question. We had somebody else up on deck, and I believe it was Philippe. So, Philippe, Hanzo, your question, sir, when you are ready. I'm going to go to the category, and then you're going to formulate your question. So, here we go, sir. Ready? And boom, and boom, and boom. Uh-oh. Also, guys, it's travel. Keep in mind, you can ask any one of us or you can ask all of us. So we can all give answers, or if it's for one specific person, we can do that also, okay? So the category is travel. And we'll just, I'm going to get a different song going here. Because that one, while it was lovely, we might want a different one. Let's see if this is a different one. Oh, yeah, it's loud. Sorry, guys. I just made everybody deaf. My apologies on making everybody deaf. Okay, how's the volume on this? I think that's still kind of loud, which is surprising because it's pretty low. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay. Oh, this is just for dates? No, Sammy, it's not just for dates. Kevin likes to call them dates. Kevin, did you go out on a date? Oh, yeah, 5 times. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? Kevin calls them dates, which is interesting.
This is false information coming out of your mouth.
Sean McGee says, Valkyrie from Airboy Comics is one of the best bad girls. Yes, Sean, and if you ever want to take a look at my original copy, sir, I can dust it off and bring it out and show you sometime. If you ever stop by my shop, I'm just saying.
It's a 4.0, by the way.
It's not. It's a lower grade. It could have been if it wasn't for the dreaded Rusty Staples, but it is what it is. And at the price I got it for, I was happy to get it.
Golden Age staples, no less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nezzy says, Mr. Fantastic, Pedro Pascal. Nobody asked you. Sean McGain says, Mr. Sean, yes. Matt Baker and Jack came and drew some of those headlight covers of Phantom Lady in the Golden Age. Nezzy says, rest in peace, phone users. Sorry. Human Torch, Joseph Quinn. He hasn't even happened yet. Sammy, calm your tits. Hanzo says, what fictional planet would you like to travel to? Oh, wow. That's an excellent question, sir. Wow. Cage, I feel you're confused. Kevin's a good man, he says. Or she. I'm not sure if Cage is a man or a woman. You don't have to necessarily be a good man and a pious man and a celibate man. Those all three don't necessarily have to go hand in hand. There can be some differentiation on that. Kevin's a deviant.
What?
He is, what do they say? A lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
This is false.
It's well known within the community.
Information.
Within the community. San Diego Comic-Con, you go to any groups, post a picture of Kevin and say, do you know this man? And you will immediately have at least 5 women and possibly one guy and somebody's dog that will say yes.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Now, if you believe this kind of garbage coming out of this man's mouth, you are a fool.
Garbage. I'm a truth teller. Sean McGean says, I also have a copy of that comic dog. Do you really, Sean? Sean, don't shit with me. Do you have the original, the Golden Age? The Air Fighter one? Because that's freaking great if you do. Nezzy says, jerk. I think she's talking to you, Kevin. I'm sorry. That's not nice. Don't care, Donald, says Sammy. I think there's a comma there. Don't care, Donald, or something like that. I don't know. Mr. Sean says, Sean M. just did a quick search on Valkyrie. Oh, she's smoking hot. She's on the wall, Sean. She's on the wall. Why are you doing a search? She's on the wall. It's like, what does Spider-Man look like? Oh, I don't know. Maybe check the wall. Kate says, Kevin is a wholesome man. No, he's a Whole Foods man. He goes there for the chicky tendies. And that's truth, isn't it, Kevin?
Once in a blue moon.
See? Yeah. So, has anybody thought up their answer yet?
I thought of one already. But go ahead, Miss Bonnie.
Endor.
You said Andor?
Endor.
Huh.
Yeah, the forest moon.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of Star Wars, I would go to Naboo.
Oh,
Jesus.
Naboo's a good choice.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So we got 2 Star Wars already.
Back from there.
I'm gonna go with
forest, you go to the city.
I'm gonna go with Gallifrey.
Oh, nice, Chris. Nice.
Like, let's learn. So let's meet some Time Lords. Learn how to, survive forever.
And since Donald is a very logical man, I figured he'd pick Vulcan.
No. Okay, so mine's for 2 reasons. Mogo.
I like that.
Yeah, because also maybe. Okay, so my question would be like, if I fell down into like a cavern or something in Mogo, is that considered something that, like, would he be like, or she? Because we don't really technically know. I think Mogo's kind of ambiguous, right? Man or woman. There's so many questions I have, and a lot of them are like Mallrat questions. Of like, so if there was a masturbatory thing that happened, would Mogo get pregnant by accident? Like, how many times has Mogo got? These are not necessarily the stuff I want to do. These are questions I want to ask the living planet. So imagine going and visiting a planet and asking that planet all the things it's gone through, all the things it's seen. How many times has it had sex? Things like that. All these questions that pop up in your head.
How can a planet engage in the activities of the flesh? How is that possible?
Exactly.
Just now hit me. How much you really are Brody Bruce, like, in person.
Yeah, but you took those
Like,
pretzels when I gave them to you, Bonnie. When I gave you those
taken me
chocolate-covered
like
pretzels, you
20 years to figure this out. My God, you are a grown person in real life.
No, not the planet Mongo. Mogo.
I mean, it's the Green Lantern planet.
It's
the
Mogo,
Green Lantern.
the living
Green
planet
Lantern.
from Green Lantern, sir. Osiris is here. Oh, popped in at the right time, buddy. Jesus. Got to hear that. Sorry. No, not the Air Fighters one. I thought we were talking about the Dave Stevens one on your wall. I have that copy. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have a copy of the Dave Stevens, but I also have... and you probably know this then, that the original... this is an homage to the original comic, and he's actually... I think he's on the other side of her in the comic, in the original Air Fighters, if I'm correct. Either that or he's up a little higher. There's so many beautiful Valkyrie covers, and they did one not long ago. I think it was for a trade, a collected volume, and it was Chibi. I think the artist Chibi that did the art of Valkyrie, and she's naked and she's draped in the Nazi flag, which is really fucked up if you think about it. But also it's really a beautiful piece of art. So look that one up if you haven't seen that one, Sean. Yeah, it's you can't go wrong with the Dave Stevens for sure. Hector Hernandez says, I don't want a planet to trauma dump on me. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, I guess, that would be the case, possibly. Although I feel like also Mogo would be a really good therapist because they've kind of seen it all. So, whatever you're going through. Oh, yeah, I saw this guy down the street 6 years ago go through the exact same thing. That it'd be like, yeah, I think that's a solid choice, the Mogo. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Sean, long after you stopped collecting? This was in the 80s, right? In the 80s, I think, when Grant Morrison created him. Wasn't it Grant Morrison? Yeah.
I thought it was like in the 90s when Mogo came
Maybe it
out.
was. Let me look real quick.
Let's see. It's funny. I remember we discussed
It
it
wasn't
the
Grant
early.
Morrison. That's right. It was Alan Moore. I forgot. And it was 85.
Okay,
Yeah.
85.
Yeah. So it was 85, and it was Alan Moore. And
Now, you know what? That was
Dave
from one of
Stevens.
our SmackDown episodes from back in the day. We mentioned Mogo. Remember we had Mogo versus Ego?
Yeah. Mogo. Who ended up winning? I think it was Mogo, wasn't it?
I think it was Mogo.
I think we gave it to Mogo, which is interesting. Big Sal, we're doing great. How are you? Sean says Dave Stevens covers are going through the roof right now. You are absolutely correct. I used to buy these for like 50 cents, a quarter, $1 each, and now they sell all day long for $50, which is fantastic. I made a little bit of money off of my collection of those, but I haven't sold them all. And in fact, check this out. Mr. John Fox from the shop, a big fan of We Can Be Heroes, which is super exciting. He got me this gift just the other day. He brought it in and gave it to me, which I was so humbled and thankful for. But they made an Airboy action figure. Can you believe that shit? Who the hell would make this? But if you look on the back, up here in the corner, you can see Valkyrie up here with Airboy in that comic book. I believe that's the one. It's one from the 40s. Probably around 40, 45, 46, somewhere around there, I would imagine. But a fantastic figure. Well done. And I love the box. And he's got his little rapier and everything. So it's really cool. And this one you could only get if you bought the entire collection. And look at that. I would have had to buy all of these to get this one Airboy figure. And Airboy's like one of my favorite characters of all time. And I'm like, are you serious? I got to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to buy 18 action figures in order to get the Airboy figure. I was like, that's like $400 I have to spend in order to get this. I was like, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. Cage says they will be back in a bit. Okay, cool. Thank you. Do we have anybody else that wants to ask a question? Now that we, I don't see anybody else that said that they wanted to ask a question. So if you do, please feel free. Say you want to ask a question. Oh, you did, dude? Jared said he got the Goon figure from that line. That's excellent. I also got the Mr. Monster one. Because I love Mr. Monster, and you don't see his figure every day either. But there's some great ones. There's Grendel, the Goon, the Rocketeer, the Tick, Madman, Mr. Monster, Black Phantom, Casey Hack from Hack and Slash, Badlands Trooper, Onslaught Trooper, Oblivion Trooper, Airboy, Sub-Zero Trooper, Mortix, etc., etc. Sean McGean says the CGC graded 9.8 of Dave Stevens' Planet Comics cover for Blackthorn just sold for $2,000 the other week. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, and just to think, like, wasn't it, Kevin, like it was last year at SDCC, somebody was selling Dave Stevens prints for like $20 a piece.
That's ridiculous.
And I was like, that's a no-brainer. I think I bought 2. And they were like lewd too. They were a lot of his art, not most, but a lot of his art was a little lewd. But he could draw the female form quite well. He's very good.
Indeed.
Anybody else have any questions that they would like to ask us, and we'll put it up on the wheel. Jarrett says he'll ask another if nobody volunteers. Well, Jarrett, why don't you go ahead and ask, and in that time, maybe somebody else will have volunteered. So we'll go ahead and go with Jarrett. So let me pull up the scene, and we'll go with the wheel, and here we go. Looks like travel again.
Professor.
Well, could be to anybody or all of us. So, Jarrett, if it's for everyone, let us know. If it's just for Chris, Kevin, Bonnie, myself, ask. Let us know. And we have Inez on deck to ask a question. So, Jarrett, when you are ready, sir, we will be here for you. And in the meantime, I have a song called Beach Party. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's another steel drums banger.
It's for you, Donald. The question's for you.
Oh. Okay. All right, let me pull my picture. Okay, this question specifically for me, so here we go. Whoa. This is how you get nightmares, everybody. There you go. Question for Donald.
Let's see. He wants to know your absolute worst travel experience. Oh boy.
Oh, wow, that's a really good question. Absolute worst travel experience. It's a hard one to say without looking like an asshole. But I would say probably there was at one point there was a trip that I was taking to man, it was to Vegas, and it was when I was in my early 20s, and I was dating this girl that my dad absolutely did not like at all. And so I was like, fine, I'll take her to Vegas. So at the time, I think I was 22 and she was 20. So she wasn't yet 21. And we went to Vegas, and I did it through a tour, like a tour package. And Chris had nothing to do with this at the time, by the way. And so I did this this tour package, and it came with a hotel choice of, I can't even remember. It later turned into the Hard Rock Hotel, but it was the Hotel San Remo. I remember now. And during our stay there, they would constantly harass the girl I was dating at the time, because we would not go through the side doors. And when you're under 21, they don't want you to walk through the casino floor. But we would always get off the entrance, which was this overpass that would lead right into the area where we go into the hotel. And we would go into the hotel and walk through the casino to go up to our room. And then they would be like, oh, she's not 21. She can't go through here. And we'd be like, just leave us the fuck alone, you know? Then we went up to the room, and I lifted up the mattress, and I don't remember why. I think we were looking at the sheets or something, and I lifted up the mattress, and the sheet came off, and we lifted up the sheet, and there was a huge brown stain on the mattress.
Ew.
And so it was either blood or shit. I wasn't sure. So we put the sheets back on and flipped it, I think, and then, or we took the sheets off, flipped it, and then put the sheets back on. And then I went to take a shower, and we had a power outage, and then the water shut off. And I had soap on my face and in my eyes, so I couldn't get that out. So we had to use the melted water from the ice bucket in order for me to finish cleaning myself off. So I had to clean myself off with the ice water then, which is a horrible experience. And it wasn't long after that her and I broke up, actually. Go figure. But yeah, probably that trip to Vegas was pretty terrible, I would say, overall. In fact, I wrote the travel company about it, and they refunded me part of my money because it was such a bad experience. So yeah, that would be it. Yeah, Vegas. Now, since then, I've gone to Vegas multiple times and had a great time. Chris just planned a trip for me around Valentine's Day, and I went to Vegas and had a wonderful time gambling and a wonderful time at my hotel. All the restaurants he booked for me, all the shows he booked for me, I enjoyed everything. Went to Hell's Kitchen, went to this great show here, which if you go to Vegas, I got everything just at my fingertips here. It's crazy. I highly recommend you go to
Under from Down Under.
Mad Apple. No, Bonnie. This is a variety show, but what I thought was really cool about this was it's like a paperweight in the shape of a mad apple, right? But it's also a can opener, like a bottle opener, so you can open the bottle too, which is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Which hotel is that one at?
New York.
Okay, so that's what took over.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, so that's what took over Zumanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. I guess.
But Donald's story is 100% why you should book your travel through a travel agent.
Yeah.
With a man like you, sir,
mine was like
who
a tour
knows
package.
his stuff.
Hey, Janet, thanks for tuning in. Sean McGee says, so you were happy to be leaving Las Vegas? Yes. And Nezzy's laughing at your Thunder from Down Under, I think. And Mr. Sean says, Sean M. Touche, sir.
How much money did you make while you were in Vegas?
How much money did I make?
Yes, from the machines or from the craps or from betting on red.
Or from whoring yourself.
So
He would never do that.
Walking the streets.
He would never be a
No,
gigolo on
never
the streets
do
of
that.
Vegas.
Yeah,
He would never gigolo himself in Vegas.
Correct. Never would do that. Never, ever, ever. So yeah, it was great. I made a lot of money, actually. So
Oh,
whatever.
that's good.
I can't stand the smell of Vegas, says Cage. Okay. I don't get that.
Well, a lot of the casinos do still smell like cigarette smoke, so maybe that's it.
Maybe. Because I was going to say, if it's a smell of urine, you don't live in LA.
Used to that.
Because there's a lot of urine smells and shit smells and stuff in LA. For
I
sure.
lived right smack dab in the middle of Hollywood for 15 years, so
The aroma was quite powerful, was it not?
that it was.
Kate says, yeah, just way too much smoke for me. There's plenty of hotels that don't have a lot of smoke to them or don't have smoking allowed at all.
I think most of the hotels have gotten rid of the no smoking, at least for the rooms. There are only like 4 or 5 casinos left in Vegas that actually allow smoking inside of the casinos.
Right. Yeah. That's what I thought. But I get it, Cage. As somebody like myself that has a sensitive sniffer as well, totally understand that. Nezzy was on deck for the question. Anybody else wants to ask the question, feel free. You would be after Inez. So her question is coming up now. And let's see. Here's the category. If it's travel again, I'm going to change it. Don't worry. We're not having 3 in a row of the same damn thing. Oh, Inez, it looks like it's music. category is music, Inez. So feel free to ask away for your question. When you are ready, we will be here. Ready. You can ask it to a particular person or to anybody else. All of us. All of us if you wish. Or a particular person. In the meantime, I'm going to get my White Claw here and be all bougie. Yeah, there we go.
What flavor?
Yes. The White
Guess
Claw.
the flavor.
Cherry flavor?
I don't know what flavors they have in
Not a bad guess, Kevin, but no.
Pineapple.
Incorrect.
Mango.
Nope.
Lime.
Nope.
Watermelon.
Nope.
Wait, no watermelon.
Strawberry.
Nope.
Passion fruit?
Nope.
White Claw.
It's just White Claw flavored White Claw. Tastes like can. It is blackberry.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see how it tastes.
That's a good one. I've had that one before.
Oh, it's pretty tasty, yeah. By the way, I did not know that a $5 bill in Canada looked like this.
Yes, very pretty money. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Like it's like see-through and shit.
Yeah. It's made of polymer.
And the Australian dollar money is also very similar.
I feel like I need to sanitize my hands now.
Yeah, the
Way
Australian
better
currency
than ours
is
because
similar.
it's harder to counterfeit.
Oh.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, Inez, great question. You guys are coming up with some bangers. Favorite music festival or concert you've been to? Wow. Wow, this is going to bring back some memories, guys. I'm excited for this one. Favorite music festival or concert you've been to?
I mean, I've never been to a festival,
Oh, shit.
but favorite concerts. I have two favorites.
Okay.
One is the one that I went to most recently, in Palm Desert, 2 months ago. It was the Joey and AJ Legendary Night Tour. Joey Fatone and AJ McLean, one from NSYNC, one from Backstreet Boys. They got together, they're touring together and doing a show of songs from both of their bands, plus like other 80s, 90s throwback jams and whatnot. It was a really, really fun concert.
Mm.
So that is really, really high up on my list right now because it was just, amazeballs. And then another one that's high up there for me, and I kind of have to lump, I've seen this artist in concert several times, and I kind of have to lump them all into one experience just because
God damn it.
I think it makes more sense that way.
Yeah.
But Weird Al.
Oh,
Ah,
well,
Being
that
Weird
was out
Al
of left
in
field.
concert.
Okay.
You
I thought it was
weren't
something else.
expecting that one, were you?
I was not. I'm happy with that. Actually, that's
Yeah.
probably my third or fourth favorite one was seeing Weird Al at the OC County Fair, of all places.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I've seen him at OC County Fair. I've seen him at LA County Fair, and then like other actual venues that were not the fair. But
Mhm.
but there was a good 5-6 year period where he was playing the OC Fair every single year.
Does anybody
Sometimes for free, sometimes not. But
anybody know anybody like Weird Al that's played fairs and then have bounced back and have had like Grammy winning like music? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't know of anybody else that's done that. Once you hit the fair circuit, it's kind of over for you. Weird Al was just like, let me just try this. This could be cool.
Yeah, it's funny because he started with the OC Fair shows. He started off in the area where they do the it's like the horse field, and they would have they have the monster truck shows there now. That's where it started.
Mhm.
And those would be free. They had reserved seats, but you could just walk into the show for free.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that was 2 years in a row. And then he graduated up to the Pacific Amphitheater,
Mm-hmm.
and he was selling that out. And was fantastic.
Yeah, I saw him at the Apollo, which was amazing. Like,
Oh.
to the Apollo to see a show and be also.
Jeez, Chris.
He's
Whatever.
such an amazing performer. Like
Yeah.
I'm always waiting for him to go on tour again because I love him. He's so much fun.
The only thing I saw at a fair was a Ninja Turtle rap thing from the 80s. They had that rap group, the four turtles rapping, like, was it rapping? I think it was rapping, yeah.
That's amazing.
After the first or second movie came out, and that was the only thing I ever saw at a fair.
It would have been the second movie.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that had Vanilla Ice in it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Alex Banquitas popped in. Good to see you, buddy. Sabrina says Cypress Hill with the San Diego Symphony. Oh, that sounds good. Chris, what's yours?
Oh man, I'm not a huge fan of concerts, but I've been to a few that I've liked. I've really liked Tom Petty, one of the small ones. But I guess my favorite concert I ever been in was probably Phil Collins at the Hollywood Bowl.
Son of a bitch.
He had a full orchestra.
Why am I so jealous of your choices here?
Full orchestra. It was just a beautiful night. It was like a beautiful 75 degrees. It was perfect. It was like melodic orchestration behind like Bill Collins, one of my favorite singers, singing.
Yeah.
It was great. It was probably my favorite concert I've ever been to.
That's really nice, dude.
Oh, speaking of Hollywood Bowl, John Williams at the Bowl.
Hmm.
I've seen that 3 times, and it was fucking amazing every single time. Say hi to Neville.
Yeah.
Did the cat go too?
We got another viewer. It's great.
Did Neville? He wasn't alive yet.
Oh.
Oh.
Kevin, do you have one?
Haven't really been to many, but the one I remember from about a decade ago was the UCLA Reggae Festival. And I remember Shaggy was
Nice.
one of the main performers. So that was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Nice. That sounds fun. I like Shaggy a lot. For me, it's tough. I used to go to a lot of concerts. And I've seen like big bands like The Who and Aerosmith and things like that. Then I've seen like smaller, more intimate venues. I would say my all-time favorite is going to be at the Agora Amphitheater in Cleveland, watching Everclear perform. That one was just, at the time, Everclear was my all-time favorite band, and I had already seen them at the, it was like the Cleveland Cavaliers Arena or whatever, and it kind of sucked because they opened for Matchbox 20, so they didn't get a full set. Plus, it was snowing like crazy, and and Matchbox 20. No offense to them, but watching them live is like having like thoughts of going into a coma. It's just really boring. Like they just project pictures up on the wall and shit, and they play their music, and it's just pictures of old people and kids and stuff, and it's just like, the fuck am I looking at? So when Everclear decided to come back to Cleveland and play at a smaller venue, I remember I was with my friend Brock and his girlfriend at the time, and I'll never forget this because this kind of is possibly what ruined his relationship with this girl, and I'm forever thankful for it, actually. But Craig, I want to say Craig Bilko was the name of the bass guitarist. He would throw his picks out into the audience, and he threw one of his picks out, and it bounced off my friend Brock, who's super tall, by the way. Bounced off his chest, landed on the ground. Brock picks it up, looks over at his girl, and looks at me, and hands me the pick like that, and fucking just watched her soul get crushed. So first of all, I'm getting this awesome gift, and I'm watching her soul get crushed at the same time, which was delicious. So I had both of those experiences. Plus, the music was incredible. It was a super small venue. It used to be an old theater, live theater, and they tore out all the seats, so it was like sloped. So you would start to mosh and then kind of fall down into other people. So it was just a really cool, fun, crazy experience. It just felt so alive, and it was just something that I've never felt as unique like that again. So probably that one. Another one would be the X Fest. That one was in Pennsylvania, and that was where I got to see Green Day live. I got to see Black Lab, which is where I found Black Lab, which I fell in love with that band. God Lives Underwater, The Urge, all these really cool up and coming like indie rock bands that I got to experience through the X Fest, which was super fun at the what used to be called the Post Gazette Pavilion. That one was really great. The Who was also exceptional. Most recently, probably, the most recent one would be what's his name? My God, If You Want My Body, and Rod Stewart.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Rod Stewart was a hoot. Like, he loves the bagpipes, so he incorporated a lot of bagpipe playing, and he even did a river dance, like, halfway through his performance. So, like, this old ass dude, like, just fucking rocking it out, like, and watching all these old women, like, throw their granny panties at him and go crazy. And I got up and danced with a bunch of them, and it was just a hoot, man. It was a blast doing. I think that was last year, so that was a really good one too. A lot of
Looks like
concerts.
Mick Jagger. It's like Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Still
And
has
then,
it.
and then like again, John Fox again for the win. He had extra tickets for the Batman Orchestra, the original the 1990s Batman or 89 Batman movie with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. The LA Philharmonic was performing with the movie, and he couldn't make it, and he had second row seats. So we were like, he gave it to me and Rob, and like we went, and like it was insanity. It was insane experiencing. Like I fell in love with one of the bass players up on stage, just because I've never seen somebody so excited to play in an orchestra. Usually they're all like this, but she was like, yeah, just like fucking living it. And I was like, I want to marry you. Like, I fell in love with this girl. We had kids, everything. And then eventually we both got old, and sadly she passed. But in my mind, the whole thing played out, like it was just a beautiful experience. That was fun too. So I'll shut up now.
What you mentioned, I was just a quick story that I think is pretty interesting.
Yes,
based on
please.
a couple things you said. So in Connecticut, a couple years ago, I was at this, I guess it's a food truck festival. And I'm sitting there like eyeing which food I'm going to try first. And suddenly they start playing a song. I'm like, all right, cool. This is a cool DJ. This DJ is really good. And then I'm like, I was eating my nachos, and all of a sudden they play another song from the same band. I'm like, okay, this DJ really likes this band. I keep eating, whatever, and then the songs from the same band keep playing over and over, like new other songs. Like it's a whole playlist from this one band. Turns out this band was playing live there. This band was Everclear playing a free concert.
Yes.
So speaking of
Nice, dude.
going to fairs to die.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, I feel that did happen with their career. They started doing all these, like, what I would say, in fact, one of the songs was Volvo Driving Soccer Mom. They would do all these soccer mom songs, these pop songs, because they got big in the 90s with film. And like any Jason Biggs film had an Everclear song in it for some reason. We don't know why. It's just the way it is. So that, and then after that, they just Art got rid of everybody or had a falling out with him or something, and he just acquired an entirely new band with a keyboardist and like a bunch of different variations, and none of it worked. None of it had that feel, that grunge feel that you felt. Like, you didn't feel his, I'm an addict, I'm struggling, I'm still here, I'm recovering, I'm hurting. None of that, you didn't feel any of that with the new stuff. Everything just felt happy-go-lucky, blah, blah, blah. Like, his earlier shit was just so fucking raw. It was fantastic. I could talk about this shit all day. There's so many concerts I've been to, and so many that mean so much to me in so many different ways. I saw Cake Cake was fucking awesome. Like, the only thing that sucked was, like, two people got into a fight, like, in front of us, and it was almost came to blows. I went to music, what was it, the music awards, the video game music awards live, where Jack Black appeared last year live singing Peaches, 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 which was fantastic. Him dressed as Koopa coming out and singing that was such a treat. There's so
I guess
many...
he's saying that. I guess he's saying that on tour too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Tenacious D tour, like he's saying it.
Why
My brother
not?
went.
Yeah,
so
which
he
is
said he's
something
saying
that
it.
that I regret that Bonnie and I did not do together was going to see Tenacious D. We keep circling around it every year and not doing it. I think we need to.
I did go
we need to do
one
that.
year though. The first year that they did New Year's Eve in Vegas, I went with a buddy of mine. Holy crap, that was like the greatest show ever.
We need to do it. We just need to.
That
do
was
it.
so much fun.
Yeah, it's got to happen. Let me read some comments really quickly because we got a lot of people commenting. Louis Castillo, Louis, good to see you, buddy. He says Black Sabbath at the Hollywood Bowl. That's awesome. I remember when you posted pictures about that, Louis. Hector says Selena was known to play fairs once she hit big because playing fairs is how she came up on the scene. Well, that's cool. That makes sense. Sean McGee says Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds at the Theater Olympique in Paris back when Blixa was still in the band. Oh, shit. You went there? That's amazing, dude. My mom says, although this is a lie, my mom says my favorite, also the only one I've been to, was Cher. Now, while that is her favorite, there is plenty of country western concerts we went to, Mother. I went with you and Dad, actually, multiple times.
Did you ever get a chance to see the Judds in concert?
I don't think we did. She may have, but we saw, what's his name? Highway to the Danger Zone.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins. We saw Kenny Loggins. I know that for a fact. We saw Charlie Daniels play. The Devil Went Down to Georgia, which was fan-freaking-tastic. It was like in a field. We saw him play. I've seen so many live country western shows because we kept winning free tickets. And I remember this. I was younger, but I remember it for sure. I wouldn't say it's a lie. I think Mom just forgot. Sabrina says, Everclear! Sean McGee says, all Brian Jonestown Massacre concerts because Anton could go off at any time. Alex Bencita says, Connor Oberst at Radio City Music Hall. Ooh. Sean McGee says, the Ramones at the La Casa de la Reza in Santa Barbara when done, girl bit my neck. Oh, shit. Sabrina says Rod Stewart is great in concert. I wholeheartedly agree there. Lollapalooza 96 says Jarrett. Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, Tribe Called Quest, Beastie Boys, Nick Cave, P-Funk All-Stars, L7, Epic. Wow. Did you make that up? That sounds so good. Sean
All right,
McGee.
one more question.
Have you seen the lineup for Fools in Love Fest?
Mm-mm.
In September?
Mm-mm.
I'll send you the link to that on Instagram. But it's
because I should be back.
Ridiculous.
I should be back in September.
Who is Nick Cave?
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Red Right Hand.
No idea.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Watch Scream. And when he murders everybody, when he murders like the first or second person, and there's nobody out on the streets, and all the kids are scared, and they're running into school and stuff, they're playing that song. Do 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 do.
Okay, I mean I haven't seen that movie since it came out in the theaters, so.
Didn't they use one of his songs in About Time also?
Did they?
Maybe.
And I have that soundtrack too.
Sean McGee says Sub Pop Fest in Seattle. I saw Nirvana before Dave was in the band. Mudhoney, Guar, Chad, and Cat Butt. Bonnie sees that every night. Cat Butt.
I do.
Good
morning.
Mr. Sean saw the Ramones at the Hollywood Palladium around 1980. Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Super loud and massive mosh pit. Did get a good recording on a cassette recorder I snuck in. Oh! Nezzy says, that's awesome. Sean McGee says, Mr. Sean, cool. I saw them around 1988 or 89. Nezzy says, I don't know how y'all managed to actually choose a favorite concert you've been to. I went to about 18 concerts last year and can't choose a favorite. Loved them all.
I don't go to that many. So
Mom says no.
Yeah, same.
Mom says no. What do you mean no, Mom? We went to those. I know we went to those. We all went to those. Jared says, I went to a private concert with Michael Jackson at Neverland. Oh, God.
Boo,
Damn it,
Jared.
damn it, Jared.
Boo. Boo. How dare you?
Oh, well, it could only be
Sean, I'll have to
Jared.
check him out. I might have known him, but not by name. Might know some of the songs. But.
Yeah, you got to know it. You got to know. Okay, another
Check
question.
Into My Arms was in about time.
Another question, guys. Anybody else have another question? We can fit 2 more in. So 2 people want to ask a question. Feel free to ask a question, and we'll pick a topic. We still haven't asked the Shans. I would have just said ask the Shans, but their names are spelled differently, and I didn't want one to think that they were better than the other. I didn't want to create, although I should have. I didn't want
No,
to create
one's better because one Sean is before the other.
I didn't want to create an instance to where, they're like a Highlander scenario or something. Although if I did, and it did take place, that could be kind of cool, and we could like pick the parking lot that they would fight in to see which is the better Sean. But I digress. Anyway, Sean McGean says Nick Cave is up there with Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen. Wow, that's saying something. I don't know about the Bob Dylan, but Leonard Cohen, yes. I don't know about the Bob Dylan, though.
I would agree. I would agree with the Bob Dylan.
I don't know. Isn't
It's kind
Timothy
of same-
Chalamet playing Bob Dylan?
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
See?
I believe he is. Timothy Chalamet.
Hmm.
Who?
That makes sense, actually.
Didn't they already do a Bob Dylan movie?
They've done 7.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, they did one where there was so many actors playing versions of him, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think the best one was Kate Blanchett, if I recall. Everybody really liked her performance, if
I
I'm
never
correct.
saw that one. And then there was Factory Girl, which wasn't a Bob Dylan movie, but he was in it, and he was played by Hayden Christensen.
Mr. Sean, if you want to ask a question each, that's fine. You and Sean, the Shans can ask a question. You can do that. We'll get 3 in. So let's do Hector Hernandez, Mr. Sean, and then Sean McGean. So Hector, let's spin the wheel for you, sir. Here we go. Bringing it up and closing that and spin. It's a topic we've already covered. Should I do a new one? Let's do a new one. Hector, we're gonna spin again. We're spinning again. If it lands on it again, it's meant to be. But let's try to get a new one. We've asked everything. Oh shit. Well, this is certainly interesting. This one, it landed on Ask the Shans.
Nice.
So Hector, you get to ask a question, any question you want, to the Shans. Sean McGean and Mr. Sean will answer your question, sir. Anything you want, and we just sit here and look pretty. By the way, I'm going to pull up the photos that everybody gave me to show. I found Bonnie's to be the most interesting of all the photos. I did not know she could levitate. I had no idea Bonnie was a witch. I should have known as much as she loves Hocus Pocus.
How did you not know I'm a witch?
It makes sense. But that's Bonnie's
Duh.
photo. It's fantastic.
Hello, I have a black cat right here
And
while I'm wearing the craft.
we've got Kevin.
I have a witch's hat back there.
That's true.
Somewhere.
Kevin with his photo of The Walking Dead.
All the signs are there.
And then one more with Chris. And here's Chris with his sexy pose at the hot tub. I'm bringing sexy back. All right. Mr. Sean, great. What do we do now? Well, you wait. Hector says, which skill would each Sean use to challenge the other to come out on top over the other Sean? Oh. Okay, so we had a Sean off. Oh, this is...
That's a good question.
Hector's smart. He knows
Quite fascinating.
this is how you start the Sean Wars. The great
Sean Wars.
The great Sean Wars of 2024. This is how it happens. This is where it really takes flight.
That's where
Okay.
it goes down.
Mr. Sean McGean, you have your question. Which skill would each Sean use to challenge the other to come out on top over the other Sean? There we go. Nezzy says she's wearing the craft shirt for God's sakes. Cage says seeing a picture of Kevin at Sparrows makes me miss Sparrows.
Oh.
I don't miss it at all. I don't miss it one bit. I don't miss it one bit. No, not one bit. No. Every time I go in there, somebody accosts me.
Accost you? Mm-hmm. You were embraced. You were hugged.
You were the only one that hugged me, Kevin.
That's not true.
No, that's true. Elliot hugged me. We had a good hug. Cage says, boo, Donald. Boo. Yeah, Cage, I haven't seen you in my shop. Everybody that says, oh, the other shop, blah, 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 they don't ever come in and visit me. I just sit there bored and alone. Hours at a time. All right. Sean, so you got to answer the question. In the chat, answer the questions. The question was, which skill would each of you use to challenge the other to come out on top?
I think they did answer the question.
Did they, by not answering the question?
Oh, they answered it. I see him.
Sean McGean says, okay. Oh, I see it. Okay, it popped up here. I'm sorry. Mr. Sean says archery. That's a good one. And Sean McGean says, I'm not really into competing with fellow Seans. I'm more collaborative. So Sean McGean would be dead because Mr. Sean would shoot him with an arrow. So that's your answer. There is your answer. That's
I come in peace.
Well,
I come in peace.
Do you? Mr. Sean. Well played on the violence, sure, sir. Well played. Hector says Sean M. seems to like the fetal position as his fighting stance of choice. He just rolls it. Well, that was easy. Puts a bow on his back and takes off. And the Hulk theme song from the 70s is playing in the background. All right.
Oh, that's an depressing song too.
So, Sean McGean, you may now, sir, ask your question to the panel, sir. So when you're ready, ask us a question. I will go ahead and pull up the category for you to make it easy. Okay? So the category, it's not going to be Ask the Seans, by the way. We'll make it easy. Which I'm actually surprised that happened. Let's see. Let's not do that one. We already had it. Let's go new. Let's see if we can choose a new one. Okay, well, this is the second one it shows. But this was the first time it popped up. Since the first time it popped up. Pop culture. So, Sean McGean, you may ask us a question in pop culture, sir, and we will answer for you. I'm with Sean M. I'm terrible at archery, and it would be at targets, not each other for crying. Aye, says Mr. Sean. Uh-huh. Sure, buddy. Sure. We believe you. We believe you. Sean McGean says, not really. It was a dumb question. Wow. Okay. Well, let's not call people dumb. You know. It was a valid question. Yeah, it should have been about Alan Ladd movies. Nobody knows who that is. You guys could have talked for hours. We would have just left.
Jeez.
And then it ended with the two of them just tickling each other.
You're cold-blooded, man.
My mom says, I do. So the two Seans and my mom. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Never mind. You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Oh, God. It's a loaded question.
Sean McGean says, who is the... Oh, okay. I see you. Who is the best James Bond and why? Okay. Who is the best James Bond and why? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, and I'm gonna answer quickly to get along on this so the other guys can answer. I'm gonna go with Roger Moore. Hear me out on this, okay? As I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate that it's not always so much about the nuanced performance and the plot and the story and things. I've learned that it's about the enjoyment of the ride. And Live and Let Die is by far one of my favorite James Bond movies, particularly because of all
Awesome.
of the fun things that they added to it. And
Soundtrack.
the soundtrack's fantastic, but also just we get the introduction of the sheriff, right? The town sheriff. What was his name?
Yeah. Gosh, I'll come in a second.
Right. You might as well call him Roscoe P. Coltrane or whatever. You get the introduction of that character. You get New Orleans. You get voodoo. You get the voodoo villains. You get you get all this fun. They brought Roger Moore in space. You get Jaws. One of the few Bond villains that was so popular, they brought him back. If not the only one, I don't remember them more than I think there was. But there's just a fun factor with the Roger Moore ones that I appreciate more now as an adult than I did when I was younger. I thought they were kind of stupid when I was younger. And,
Yes,
and,
it was J.W. Pepper. That's
and
what
they
it was,
can be.
J.W.
There
Pepper.
we go. Yeah. Mr. Sean says, no, Donald, only you don't know who Alan Ladd was. I don't know. Nobody else responded on the panel here.
Well, oh,
Mr.
he's
Sean.
an actor. Alan
Oh,
Ladd's
is
an
he,
actor.
is he an actor?
Oh, see, it's Alan Ladd
Was he in a
Sr. is
movie,
an actor.
maybe?
Alan Ladd Jr. was an executive at Fox
You looked
who
it up.
greenlighted
You looked
who
it
greenlighted
up.
Star Wars.
You've had
No, I'm
10
just-
minutes to look it
No!
up. You
I'm
lying
sorry.
sack of
I'm
shit.
just asking you. I was asking
You
you.
looked it up.
No, I did
can't
not.
place him off
I already
the
knew
top
that.
of my
Alan Ladd Sr. was the actor. Alan Ladd Jr. was the son who
Okay,
was
so
executive
so
who
Sean,
greenlit Star Wars.
I didn't know. Sean says I'm wrong. Sean, I did not know that that it was choose Sean's favorite. So I guess we should change his question. Choose Sean McGean's favorite James Bond character and why, guys. I swear to God, if it's Sean Connery, you're the most boring person in the world. Just gonna throw it
Well,
out there.
it's between Connery and Timothy Dalton. Between those two.
Well, Timothy Dalton's who I was gonna pick. So
See, thank you, Professor.
He had
Thank
2
you.
films.
that
One
was
of
still
them-
my favorite one. He's still
one of
my
them
favorite
was
James
great.
Bond.
One of them was great. The other was not.
Living Daylights. You didn't like that one?
I liked Living Daylights. That one's great.
Oh, so you didn't like?
License to Kill.
Wow. You didn't like License to Kill?
I love License to Kill.
It's a turd.
But
I've
wow. You
actually
didn't like-
never seen a single
You,
James
you
Bond.
didn't. You didn't like.
Oh,
You
you
didn't
can
like
keep
the
throwing
young
out
Benicio del
insults
Toro?
all you want, Sean
I've seen
McGean.
some clips
You
here
don't
and
like the
there,
young
but
But
Benicio del
until you
Toro?
step foot into my shop, this means nothing.
You didn't like the young Benicio del Toro and License to Kill?
Nah, I could care less.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of his in general.
Benicio del Toro?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his in general. I don't.
Oh, you didn't like him in The Usual Suspects?
Wow.
He's perfectly serviceable in The Usual Suspects, but I would be happy to take another actor in the role. Honestly.
Man. He was slappy with his gloves, sir.
I
What are you
mean,
saying?
and Gabriel Byrne is great in the role, but also could be replaced. Stephen Baldwin could be replaced. The only one out of that could not be replaced would be what was his character name? Verbal Kent, I think, or something
Verbal
like that.
Kent,
Yeah, which is Kevin Spacey. No way you're going to replace him. There's no way you can replace him.
See, I don't think any of them is replaceable though, because
But I
their
feel like-
chemistry together is what made the whole thing really work. If you replace one of them, it shifts the entire chemistry of the cast.
I think that you could find very similar chemistry in a lot of very similar actors. As much as I like Gabriel Byrne, don't get me wrong. I don't know. It's just an opinion. And Sean McGean's like turning red in the face. Benicio was great in that role.
I guess played that role.
Dalton was pretty good in the role, says Sean McGean. Okay, so
See?
Kevin and Bonnie, you still have yet to respond.
I cannot, since I have not, as I said, I've never seen a single James Bond movie all the way
Are
through.
you serious? What's wrong
Okay.
with you, Bonnie?
That's fair.
What's wrong with you?
I've seen like little snippets here and there, but I've never actually like
We-
seen.
We have to educate you. We got to show you at least the three best ones so you may enjoy them.
Honestly, Sean McGean...
I have nothing against them. It's just, it hasn't really been a
You
priority.
like- I feel like you're a Pierce Brosnan type person. I think you would like GoldenEye.
I think, and I could be wrong on this, but from what I've seen of Benicio del Toro, Sean McGean, I think he's a lazy actor.
Wow.
I mean, if it, I don't find his performances to be that nuanced in my humble opinion. And hate me if you want, but I don't think he's a great actor. I think he's kind of a lazy actor, and
Oof.
yeah.
Oof, that's brutal.
Well, everybody has their opinions, right? They're like assholes. Everybody's got one. Sean McGean says, Bonnie, really?
Sorry.
I think he hates you more now than me. This is good.
Well, for me,
I'm sorry.
besides obviously Connery, Timothy Dalton, that's the man.
Okay, so Mr. Sean, ask your question, sir, and then we'll call it a night, I think, after this question. So we got one more question to be asked. We're getting raked over the coals by the Seans. I knew that going in, though. I was like, oh, they're gonna love hating on us. So let's create a whole section where they have to answer questions. No, I did not see him in the Shay film. I actually knew Shay, and we were friends, and I didn't want to besmirk his history with Benicio del Toro's performance. That was a lie. I didn't know. I just didn't see the movie.
Wow, Donald. Fuck you, Donald.
You're an asshole.
Okay, Mr. Sean, let's go. Here, let me play some music to get you riled up. Here we go. Ready? This will get him real riled up. He's gonna put
Sounds
he's
like a greaser.
fucking trench coat right now.
It's like a greaser type song going on in one of those diners.
Mr. Sean says, question. Name the actor running the pawn shop in Trading Places when Dan Aykroyd is selling his watch. Jesus. So Trading Places was Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and what's her name? Jesus.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis. And there's a scene where Dan Aykroyd puts a whole salmon in his Santa Claus outfit. Salmon is caught primarily in several places, one of them being Alaska. An Alaskan actor doesn't always come directly from Alaska, but they enjoy the cold, so they move there. So an actor that has lived in Alaska but has from a colder climate, which would be Canada, so a Canadian actor that he tries to sell the watch to. Most salmon spawn, you think of women, female, so it's probably a woman from Canada that he attempts to sell the watch to, or it's a man that has played a role as a woman in a film at some point in the history of their work. So I've got it narrowed down. This is a really good question. Who has also worked with Dan Aykroyd in the past and got along with him well, who was from Saturday Night Live possibly, or Canadian. It's John Candy. Anybody else have a guess? I feel like I worked through that. I feel like I deserve this answer.
John Candy, you say, right? Huh. I don't know.
Sabrina. Thank you.
Bo Diddley? I don't know.
It's definitely the music. Or the thought process, possibly. The thought process.
Wow, Dr. Sabrina said you're very attractive right now, the way you speak in poetry.
I think it's the whole, the music vibe, that hit at the right time.
And the White Claw. And the White Claw.
the music vibe and the White Claw both hit at the same exact time. So Mr. Sean says I'm wrong. So my guess was wrong, so I lost this one, guys. Anybody else have a guess? Chris?
I don't know. Bo Diddley? I don't know.
I have not seen this movie probably in 30 years.
Oh, he's not going with that vibe. Okay, let me change this.
So I'm not gonna be able to get a guess.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not
There we go.
gonna be able to make a guess.
Wait,
Yeah,
how about this?
I haven't seen it in several years. I'm drawing a blank.
Kevin, any guess?
I already said the answer. They said I was correct.
What'd you say?
I said Bo Diddley.
Yeah, but you looked it up.
No, I didn't.
Oh, horse shit. You looked it up, Kevin.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. I can tell when
No,
you're
I
lying,
didn't.
and I know you're lying.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You're not
Why
even...
were your eyes just shifty right now?
Look me in the eyes right now.
No, I did not.
Did you see it? I saw it. You see it, Vonnie?
I saw the blink.
Yep. Yep.
I saw the excessive blinking.
You looked it up.
Excessive blinking.
He looked
My
it up.
eyes always blink.
When you lie,
No.
All right, Sean
No.
McGean says, agreed that Lazenby was very good, but Connery as Goldfinger was the classic Bond in the classic Bond film with the greatest Bond theme song.
And
Uh,
Thunderball.
yeah, no,
Thunderball,
I-
I thought that was a good one.
I think
Thunderball's a good one,
Thunderball
too.
is probably better.
That's a good song. That's a good song. I love Thunderball.
Yeah,
especially
Thunderball
with
is
that,
better. My mom will
crooning-
agree with me on that.
crooning.
Tom Jones's
crooning.
Thunderball song is better than Bassie's Goldfinger.
Well, I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's great.
I just said my mom. I didn't say you, Kevin. Are you my mom now?
Oh, no.
Mama Green? Is that you?
No.
Or you'd be Mama
Oh.
McKenny, actually, if you were my mother. Which you're not. You are not my mother. You are not my mother. Okay, so I guess that's going to be it, guys. Congratulations to Kevin for cheating. We do appreciate that. Sabrina says, I do that with my kids. Can totally tell when they are lying. Ask Kevin if he wants to just date Storm.
Take her to a we call those things a coffee shop.
What do you call those things? A coffee shop? I thought you were going to say something elegant. You're like, well, I take her to one of those things. What do you call it? A parking lot.
A parking lot. A parking lot.
Maybe we'll have a nice lunch in the dirt. You know?
No.
Like, what?
No.
There's nothing fancy about it, Kevin. Why were you working so hard? I think John
I'm
Candy
trying-
was a good guess. Come on. That was a good guess. That
is
was
he
a good-
in that movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But what'd you guess? Like he was in Splash, you know? Like,
Yeah, but he had an actual supporting role.
yeah. He was in Brewster's
It
Millions.
wasn't just a cameo.
You know
Right.
that he didn't get paid for Home Alone?
That's sad.
Right, yeah. No, he did it as a favor. That's fine.
Yeah. Frank
Should
Oz,
pay him,
yeah.
should pay him at least $1,000.
I think he was fine, though. You know? Mr. Sean says, hey, I didn't qualify my question as closed book. Also, the director, John Landis, often uses musicians in his movies. Goldfinger set the template for all Bond films that followed, and that isn't a bad thing.
That's true.
Right. He totally set the template for... what is that one? What's the one with Denise Richards?
Oh, you mean The World Is Not Enough?
Yeah, he set the template for that.
That movie was, yeah,
Not very
you know,
good.
it's better than Die Another Day. I'll say
It's
that.
better
No.
than Quantum of Solace.
Yes,
Disagree.
Yes, it is.
I
Disagree.
love Die Another Day.
Yeah.
Die Another Day is a
No.
great
Die
film.
Another Day is
No,
an
it's not.
amazing
No,
James
it's not.
Bond film. Are you
The
kidding?
opening scene.
Dahl
The
and I
opening
will
scene
die
is
on a
cool.
rock on that movie.
We
for
will
that
die
movie.
And you
on a
will-
rock.
And you will rot on that
No,
rock.
we will
You
not. There's a
You will
hole.
rot and decompose on that rock.
No. Die Another Day is a brilliant film. The opening sequence
The
alone
opening sequence is cool,
puts
but that's
it in
it.
the upper
That's it.
echelon of Bond films.
Opening, that's it. Just the
Madonna's
opening.
theme song. Amazing.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Amazing.
You gotta be kidding me. Tina
fact that
Turner's
she
golden eyes
used
better.
Shirley Bassey's idea of putting the title of the movie into the song. Genius. Just genius. Genius.
I bet you 90% of the people in this audience agrees with me that Die Another Day sucks.
You're going to
Except for
get
the
two
opening
that's going to be
sequence.
very vocal,
Sucks.
and they both have the same name, just spelled different. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. Alex says it's late. He says, shut up. I have to go to bed.
Yes,
And
sir.
Sean McGean says, good
We
question, Mr.
understand.
Sean. I didn't know the answer. That is a great question. That is a great question. I'm glad you asked it because I did not know either, and Kevin didn't. Bonnie didn't know. Chris didn't know. None of us knew until we looked it up. Obviously.
Yeah,
But
I think they did pick the next James Bond. I think it's
it's going to be the
younger
dude.
guy.
It's going to be the dude.
Quicksilver. It's Quicksilver for the MCU,
Yeah,
apparently.
It's going to be
Quicksilver,
kick-ass. It's kick-ass.
Apparently.
It's kick-ass.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Fantastic choice.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Anybody
Aaron
that's
Taylor
seen,
Johnson?
yeah, anybody that's seen Bullet Train will know he is a fantastic choice for that film, for that franchise. Fantastic choice.
I'm assuming that movie that role is what got him the role.
I would hope so. A lot of people probably saw it and was like, "Oh yeah, this is his calling card for that." It's smart. It's super smart. Loved it. If you haven't seen Bullet Train, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun film. Also, Argyle, I think, is a lot of fun too. It's a little odd, but it's a fun film. Mr. Sun says, "Oh, Don, Madonna, ugh. Shirley Bassey was superior. 2 Bond movie themes. Baby." Oh, he's got a thing. He's got a thing for that Bassey queen. I rhymed it. Okay, so that's going to do us, guys. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you to Professor Sexy, Woman Warrior, Jedi Kevin, and I guess Sherlock, myself, for being on and having weird names and being a part of this. I want to thank the Seans, actually, for inadvertently and unbeknownst to them being a part of the question and answer section as well. We do appreciate you guys, regardless of how much shit you give us and we give you. I want to thank my mom and dad for creating me. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And a shout out to all moms for helping create their kids. So shout out to Kevin's mom, Bonnie's mom, and Chris's mom as well. So shout out to all of those mothers. Thank you for being part of that. And to your moms out there in the chat, thank you. And to everybody watching right now, we appreciate you guys. We'll be back in 1 week. 1 week from today, we've got another banger. It's going to be amazing, guys. Kevin, he's going to wear a dress. And
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
it's-
your dreams.
It's going to be
In
interesting.
your dreams.
It's going to be
In
interesting.
your dreams.
It-
In your dreams.
it
Your
will-
fantasies.
Why are you so angry
Well,
about
you know,
it, Kevin?
Kevin, next week's show is called In Donald's Dreams. So
Yes,
there you
it
go.
is. Actually, the title of it is In Donald's Dreams. That's the subject of next week. So you'll be in a dress. Chris will be dressed as a clown that likes banana cream pies. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it is. And Bonnie will just be doing hula hoops nonstop on her neck, her stomach region, and both arms. The whole time. The whole time we're
It'll be a
podcasting.
ranking movie.
It might. We'll see. So tune in next week, guys. Love to y'all. Love to all your moms. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thanks for being a part of this, guys. We appreciate you. And if you're feeling mighty thirsty,
Then you must partake and put in your mouth a fastidious and refreshing
you
cold
want big words?
rumble pop.